Remix. 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 Remix.
Oh, yeah. This is the Remix Morning Show. I go by the name of the ear doctor in case you didn't know. I'm here to bring you that boom bap breakfast right here, right now. I'm doing a little go-go now because we bout it. In case you didn't know, we turned it up right here, right now on this 30th day of October. I hope you're all ready for November because this is about to be here. That said, my host ain't. So, you know how we do. Let's get it. Welcome out to the Remix Morning Show, yo. But, y'all, I was just playing around. Our host is here. Let's give it up for the legendary sister coming out of Maryland. I believe they are still getting it ready over there. And I'm bringing her on screen. Kim Brown.
Good morning.
Hey.
How you gonna play go-go and then come back with hey? Incorrect. That's wake up music, sir.
You got your hair did now. You know, you different now.
One of these years that I'm walking this planet, somebody will finally not pay attention to what's going on top of my head. I look forward to that.
It's impossible. It's your greeting card. Your face, your head.
I'm gonna be like the kids. I'm gonna rock the poo shiesty with a
there you
rag.
go.
You know what I'm
There
saying?
you go.
Ain't nobody see me, nigga. I'm Ghostface out here. I told y'all.
Okay, I see you. Nah, it look nice. It look nice. I ain't seen you in a minute. You know, a whole week.
Thank you. How are you feeling today, Naka?
I'm tired.
Scorpio season. Oh, you've been out here. Let me shut up.
I was. Nah, me and my people do an open mic night once a month at the end of the month, the last Wednesday, and it's the last Wednesday last night.
Okay, how'd it go?
It was good. It was good. We had a couple people come through singing very well. One dude came through and did "Is This the Way" by Jill Scott. I mean, he killed it. And he did "I Lose Control When You're Not Next to Me." That Teddy Swim song. That shit was hard. So yeah, it was good. It was good. Comedians. Yeah, one white lady that came up though. I mean, we in the hood, yo. So she was talking about how she loved black men. We like by Cleveland Avenue, okay? If y'all don't know about Cleveland Avenue in Atlanta, yeah, we in the hood. So it was wild, but it was fun. I had a good time, you know.
Do you ever participate in the open mic beyond DJing the open mic? Does Naka?
I tried not to, but
stretch, shake, stretch the neck out, grab the mic, give him a little something.
That's what I had to do last night a little bit, just to let them know. Because it's a lot of these rappers that get up on the microphone. Big up to Marcel P. That get on the microphone and rhyme over their vocals, and it's a shame, and it's not good, and it's just bad. Remember your lyrics. You're a rapper. I mean, this shit done got too easy for these cats. So I did grab the mic last night while they was trying to get some other people's music to me and email to me, and I spit a little something and just to let them know, like, yo, this ain't no run of the mill. You gotta come up here and represent. You know what I'm saying?
Skills to this, man. Skills to this. At minimum,
Yeah.
Bring the instrumental, man. I mean, fine. You want to keep your vocals in for the chorus or for the hook or whatever, but please.
And now I could take the vocals off the song. So like when dude sang "Is This the Way" by Jill Scott, took the vocals off, sing it, he killed it. I'm like, damn, man, it's not that hard.
Mm.
Oh, what was that? Let me wake y'all up.
Oh man, I heard about the verses, Cash Money No Limit. I said, why was that there?
You missed all. I wanted to talk to you so bad. I was like, you missed all your uncles.
Oh man,
it was Unkin and OG and the death up there.
Oh man, but as much as I lament over how many of my favorite rappers over the years, not my still favorites, but rappers that I liked over the years, how dirtbags. And for Mystical was one of my favorite rappers of that era.
Oh man,
love Mystical. It breaks my heart. Mystical is a dirtbag. Mystical wasn't up there, was he?
Oh no.
I didn't think so. I'm a tarantula or the caterpillar.
But the thing is, was dope is Master P has his own exercise. Master P jogged in place the whole time while he was rhyming. Let's bring up Kamali Franklin.
Oh, well, okay. I'll take that as an intro. Okay.
Yeah. We're just gonna bring you on here. I ain't had nothing.
You ain't had nothing? Okay.
I'm tired still. I was out last night.
What you doing out late? You know you old. You can't do that.
Whoa, let's relax. I do an open mic every last Wednesday of the month.
Oh, word. Okay, yeah. And rate the artist for like most of them. Are they garbage? Are they good? Are they decent? Do you see future stars?
Stars last night? Nah. I'm being honest. I done been to a lot of talent shows, seen a lot of talent. Nah. One dude could sing, but he too old. He even look old.
He even looked old?
Yeah, he had an old face.
Oh, yeah. You can't do that no more.
Yeah, the body didn't match the face.
Well, the body didn't match the voice. You're saying the face didn't match the voice?
all of the above.
All the above. But he had a good. If you close your eyes,
yo, you had to see Master P rhyming the whole time. He was like, "I'm the Master Brother."
Why? And why does he always did that? Was he always?
Yes, he always jogged in place and rhymed. And I was like, that is the greatest. That's how you show these MCs how to do it. Keep your stamina, rhyme, and give a little excitement. Don't just stand there like, yo.
That's probably how he keeps the beat in his head or something like that.
Yeah,
probably learned
part of it. That is part of it. Yeah. So, all right. How you?
Yeah, where you been?
Yeah, I know. That's what I said.
Y'all knock it off. I didn't feel good on Tuesday.
Oh, you mean physically? How can I help you? How can I help you? What happened? What happened?
I need you to go have a conversation with the perimenopause guards and ask them why. Why did they send Lady Red my way earlier in October, and then this bitch burnt the block and came back? I said, what in the fuck?
Yo,
she burnt the block and came back.
Yo, another sister I know that happened to.
Yo,
I think it's that spaceship.
Nigga, what? Say it there, doctor. Talk to him. Give it to us. Give us your
Have you not figured out that this is not happening, or you're still
No, this is a new. This is a new one, ain't it, Kim?
No, it's the
same, it's the same one.
The shit is popping off right now. 3-Eye Atlas done came around the sun and is stunting up there. Like, nigga, what? Check out the geometry. Check out the geometric layout of the surface of this massive craft. Oh, it's real shit, Kamal. What's happening?
Look at his face.
No, I'm just trying to.
He's like aliens, God. Yeah. Okay.
And 2 moons. Forget about the 2 moons.
And the 2 moons. And don't forget moons, Pluto ain't even,
Exactly. And Pluto ain't even a fucking planet. What? What if Earth was a giant spaceship?
Whoa, go ahead, Kamal.
Continue.
Kamal.
And there were people driving and crashing the ship, but it was a spaceship.
Oh, right.
And we just think that we're in the same thing, like all that stuff, and they tell us, like the behind you, like that shit is just for us on the earth to feel like we're settled. But really, there are people who are driving the spaceship. It's almost like this, like like when you was a kid and they put the stars on the ceiling, they turn out the light, and you're like, ooh. Ah.
I feel like he's mocking us. Kim.
He's not. I actually think he's trying to go somewhere with this whilst mocking us. But I think there's.
Let's bring him back.
No,
I was strictly mocking. It was just mockery. My bad.
That's all right, Kamal. What I've been telling you, things do not require your belief for them to be so. Okay.
I agree with that. I agree with that. No, I agree with
facts.
that. Yeah.
I was pondering.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I think that more atheists, if they had some type of belief in something outside of themselves, they will understand a spiritual essence, even spiritual links to other people, and understand that it's not always just the talk, it's not always just the intellect. Because if you think about it, like come out, if you think about it, like spirituality is a mental thing. Like, if
I agree, it's all mental.
If you,
it's a mental illness, but it's all mental.
If your brain is like, listen, something is making me stronger, something outside of me is making me stronger, then that's a mental thing that's telling you and pushing you past your regular limits. Think about that.
I won't think about it, but that's okay. Yeah.
All right.
And see, I think the absence of a belief of a higher power is deeply European. I think that's white folks shit, atheism. I don't think that doesn't come to black people naturally, right?
Talk.
So, I gotta ask why you worship white man culture with your atheism.
That's okay. I'm not one of those that thinks everything that Europeans do or thought of or invented is innately wrong because they're Europeans.
Really?
So if they take credit for the atheism thing, I'm like, all right, I'm not mad with that.
Yeah. But you sign up to that? That's the part of Europeanism.
Yeah, that's part of.
It's like,
I mean, do I believe everything that Africans do? No. Do I believe, but I think Africans, we as African people, we have a right to develop our culture, our society, our history, make our mistakes, correct those things, have internal battles over those things or whatever. Yes, I think the world is influenced by other folks and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like, yeah. So I can accept I'm a non-spiritual African. Yeah,
that don't even sound right.
Whether black folks like it or not.
That don't even sound right. That's like,
I know. Even when I said it sounded a little weird.
That's like a Snickers bar with no peanuts. Who eats that?
Well, come on now. When you hear some people talk about, certain godly things, you stop.
That's like, I mean,
it sounds a little,
like Martin Luther. He was like, "Yo, fuck with y'all. I'm gonna start my own shit."
Wine.
Huh?
Water into wine. I mean, I would like that. Can somebody do that now?
I mean,
yes, it's called fermentation.
Yeah, potatoes.
He used to do fermentation. Didn't he like drop a finger in a cup or some shit like that? It was like a magic trick.
He did. Well, Jesus had
I got the magic stick.
See, that's when the other people took over and started writing.
I think that was Jesus' original song. I got the magic stick. Wouldn't that be? That would be correct, right? No, that wasn't Jesus.
See, he's stunting like this because Jackie ain't here, Kim. That's what
Jackie would jump off. Jackie would jump through. I think she would jump through the screen.
Oh! You just don't get it, do you? You heathen.
Heathen. Shoot, my grandmother used to call some of my cousins heathens to their face.
Yeah, I've been called a heathen before.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love. Yeah.
So you've been to church and seen somebody catch the Holy Ghost, then you can understand spirituality.
I've seen that shit. I grew
up. So explain it.
Charleston, South Carolina for a year.
Explain it then.
I mean, no, I think the mind is a powerful tool.
Wow.
I stopped at mental illness. I didn't say it. The mind is a powerful weapon and tool. The mind is very powerful. The mind makes us do a whole bunch of things. Yeah.
It can,
and then, like when you dance, you get into a certain rhythm and a certain groove, and your mind takes you away. I think the mind.
And what does this shirt say?
Dancing is spiritual. Yeah. No, I agree. But I think that's mind. I don't think that's, I don't think it's an outside force coming into them. I think that's all internal.
You don't think
it's a performance. You don't think it's an actual experience.
I think it's an experience, but I think it's an experience that they're generating. Like like when I'm happy, when I do something, I'm generating that happiness internally or whatever. There might be outside conditions and factors that are why I'm happy, but I'm generating from inside. Nothing is beaming into me. Like the Lord isn't beaming into me to be like dance like I lost my mind. Do the 2-step real fast and then fall out on some nigga next to you. That is not God doing that.
See, Kim, I think his European way of being taught has him believing all these mystical stories and shit like God is, like Jesus is a He-Man or something. Come on, what do you mean?
In the Bible, Jesus was a He-Man. Moses was a He-Man. Jesus, Samson knocked down the whole goddamn temple and his hair grew back. He just like pushed it.
That was and the fact that Joseph stayed around after Mary got pregnant is crazy.
And then
Moses that's crazy work.
And the water divided.
Oh, I just got pregnant by God.
I need y'all to relax. All
right. Joseph was like, "Oh,
what at least that's to it." Yeah, my bad.
There's many levels of spirituality absent of Christianity, right? Like I'm looking like I'm
is that the first lie told?
Come on with these ear doctor questions. I do not know.
True.
Was the volcano the first fart? I don't know.
That was.
I learned from y'all, boy. I learned, but I like the different perspectives in life. I like the fact that you feel that way. I like, Jackie feels that way.
And I got my own personal Bible. People saying I ain't read the Bible. What do you mean I ain't read the Bible?
Whose name is on that at the bottom?
The King James Version. I shouldn't read. Oh, and this was given to me.
Who do you think King James was? And if I wait. If I had a kingdom, would I make a book to help the people get better, or would I make a book to make them serve me?
To comply.
So well, you're reading the King James book.
Can we get a biblical scholar on the air one day so I can ask all of my questions? Because I thought the Bible, you two? No. I thought the book was put together in parts over centuries. Like, what does that say? The Bronx School of Science? Is that from? Is that a jail certificate?
That is my degree in African studies. That means
an anger management certificate after you got let out of jail.
That means I've studied. You know what I'm saying?
I said Africana studies. That said nothing about the Bible. That's not a biblical scholar.
You learn about the culture, the Bible. You learn about all that stuff. I took religion classes and everything. Stop playing.
Okay, so give me the origin of the biblical passages. Jesus, weren't they put together?
Please.
I know.
But wait a second. Hold on. You don't have an Ethiopian Bible in your home?
I don't think we do. I don't think there is. There might be one hidden away somewhere. Again, may bring it out when her parents heard that.
I think it got colonized. She ain't got Ethiopian. She ain't got no Ethiopian.
I think she's trying to leave Kamal on the other side of the pearly gates. Like, no.
Deuces. It was real.
You should have believed. Y'all all would pass me and snicker if there was a God.
Oh, what?
Y'all be pointing and laughing and falling out. Not trying to help me get in.
Yeah. I don't even think you would be going to hell. I think you would be in the waiting room. Just what is it called? Purgatory?
Yeah.
Purgatory? Just wait. Why'd I be waiting it out?
Because you non-believers, son. You gotta wait out here. You know
again, according to your Bible, that's enough to send me to hell. That's not purgatory. That's hell, right?
Some people think purgatory is hell. That purgatory can be a form of hell. Yeah.
It's like waiting for that train. It's never like back in the 6 train. It's like a phantom. No, the G train, fucking phantom train, just waiting for it to come. Just forever.
Was that in Breaking Electric Boogaloo, the white train? The train that was always, there go that clean train, yo.
So that man was an electric boogaloo.
I'm just saying, that's what it feels. That's what purgatory should feel like. You waiting there on the platform for the damn train that never comes.
Shit, that's probably hell for New Yorkers, right? That's purgatory for NYC.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I mean. I'm comparing that to being what purgatory would feel like. You waiting for that. That's right. You went to the bar, you had drinks, Like you just, and you want to go home because you feel like you might throw up, you feel like you whatever, and then you just waiting for the goddamn train.
Let me ask y'all something.
So it never comes.
What was the fear of going to hell though? Like, I mean, I would just believe that
fear?
it'd be hot. Yeah, like you know, when you were a kid, you was like, you keep it up, you're gonna go to hell if you don't go to church.
Because the story was you're hanging from your tongue and on fire, nigga. That's why. That's the fear. The fear is that you're in constant pain. You're being tortured 24/7.
I don't think it's just the heat, Air Doctor. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, wait a minute. I like heat. I feel like it's gonna be too much AC up in heaven. Like, I'm like, y'all turn that shit down.
I'm kind of the same way.
That's the scare tactic.
That's the kind. I'm kind of the same way, Air Doctor. I would, if you hell to me is a cold place, right? If I had to be cold,
that's hell.
That's hell.
For real.
Like, oh well, hell may not be so bad if it's just hot, but no, it's not just hot.
That's my worstest fear of dying. Worstest.
That's your what? Your what fear?
My worstest.
Freezing to death?
Yeah. It'd be freezing to death. Crazy. Yeah, I fuck with drowning, but freezing to death.
You fuck with drowning?
I
told you all about it. Like drowning wasn't that bad the last time I almost did it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like after you eventually just pass out.
Yeah. I was swallowing that water. I was like, you know what? Maybe it's time. Because again, my manhood, I refused to yell out and go help. I think even as my kids were looking at me being like, is he about to die? In 3 feet of water?
No. I can get it.
Like, is he playing? What's happening? And I think out of disgust, when they realized that I was drowning, she pushed me a little bit. And then I was like,
that's how I learned how to swim. I got pushed in the water.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, my cousin.
Does that really work too? And that really, people actually do. I keep seeing the movies where people do that. And I was like, that doesn't seem like that's a good tactic to me.
It's bad tactic. A lot of people drown. A lot of black people drown. You know what I'm saying? Racism kept us out of swimming pools.
Slavery. In a boat ride.
But racism kept us out of swimming pools. So generations of black people consequently never learned how to swim. And it's actually black children are the most likely to drown.
I've never heard that one.
That was a luxury, like to be able to swim.
I know, but I just have never heard that one, that we have higher rates of drowning because of slavery.
We do. Well, not because of, I didn't say because of slavery. I said because
you did. You said because of slavery.
Your doctor said because of slavery. I said racism kept us out of swimming pools. I'm pretty sure the river was wide open for us. You know what I'm saying? Anytime we felt like it,
we are so wrong. People are mad at us right now.
Sorry, everybody. We haven't seen each other all week.
I know. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Man, we really got to hang out like in person soon, man. It's been a minute.
Man. Yes, they do this in real life, by the way, for those wondering. Now and Air Doctor do exactly this.
This is fun. What are you talking about? This is fun.
My goodness. Yo, Minister Server hit me up. I heard he talked to you. He's joined CMB.
He joined again. I think this is his second time around after a few years.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I'm assuming something happened on the other side.
And guess who he called asking to produce his show coming up?
You? Oh, he gonna do it, and he's gonna finally do it. You gonna do it? Y'all got.
I didn't come to no terms.
We got to have a hip hop show, B. Come on now.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Huh?
Minister Server's hip hop history, I think, would be a fantastic addition to this lineup and to this roster, because my man's is knowledgeable. He knows a lot, got a lot of stories. I would tune in, absolutely.
Well, he's gonna start a quick on these breaks. I got some segments coming up instead of me doing the whole breaks all the time, and he's gonna start doing a hip hop story like he did back on the Renegade Culture show.
Oh.
Yes. So we setting that up. I'm gonna set him up so he can do his own thing. I ain't producing shit.
No, he should. I feel like we need that. I think we've stopped. We got into the co-op thing, but then we've stopped expanding in terms of shows and all that kind of stuff. And so I think our numbers are starting to go flat. So we got to do things to get some more shows on to make them like less flat. Like we still get like 100,000 views a month. I know for other folks that's not a lot, but for a station like this, I still feel like that's a lot of people who come in to check out what's happening here.
Especially being suppressed like we are. Like I really feel like we're not getting out there. The algorithms are not allowing us to get everywhere, and it's not popping up on people's things.
Yeah, we need, and we definitely need. I think there's somebody I know that we need somebody to help us with the social media lift.
As we've been saying for 4 years now, we've been saying that we need.
I got somebody now. They don't know it yet, but I think I got somebody. You know how I like to do. I think I got somebody.
I don't understand how y'all don't draft these children of y'all's into labor. Like, what? Y'all have Gen Zers in your home. I would be making them little ends do a lot of stuff on the computers.
I just talked to my daughter yesterday about that. Actually, I told her I could give her a little payment monthly for posting and stuff like that. So.
Oh, good. Like on Instagram.
All that.
Okay, I like that.
So yeah, put they ass to work. I just got my son a job cooking at a vegan restaurant. He don't hardly eat no type of vegan food, but he gonna learn.
No, we won't stop poaching BAP members. Ricky Ryan.
BAP members. Who we poach?
I think Bryce. See, nobody even skipped a beat when I call him Bryce.
I ain't gonna hold you. I was watching the Renegade Culture the other day, man. That shit was good. That shit was hilarious show. That was a funny ass show.
No, it was. We were good for a time.
We had a good time.
I know it's Evan, but see how nobody even said anything. I said Bryce, and nobody even said anything because I feel like that's his other name.
He looked like a Bryce.
He looks like a Bryce to me.
It does, like the bald head, no mustache, no facial hair.
His African name will be Bryce, I think.
Yeah,
is Bryce an African name?
Let's not worry about the details.
It's West African, like
West.
It's
West African.
Oh shit! All right, listen, y'all ready to do some news or something? You know we got a run sheet. We got a run sheet, so go ahead and make sure y'all pull it up. We did some stories already yesterday. Me and Ricky and Renee. I had to pull a double yesterday.
Double Leos. Lucky you. Look at you. Got to be on with not one but two lionesses. Love it.
Yeah, it was all right too.
You know how we're gonna talk about? We haven't talked about this dude. What's his name? Graham? Is it Planter?
The guy from Maine, the white.
With the tattoo. I'm late to the game. I just heard this story about the fucking Nazi tattoo he has.
Oh, word. Let's get to it. Let's take.
Who is this nigga?
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, don't go nowhere, y'all.
Don't
go nowhere. We're gonna take a quick break and come right back, and we're gonna get into some news right here on the Remix on this show. Let's go. Time for a remix on the remix.
Real people walking the streets and talking often. It's beef, the city never does. People walking, talking, they sleep. Cold sweats and wet dreams on how to get green. Our faith is all in the cheap. Black souls, raw and they deep. Hype trying to talk with no teeth. Shorty saying ball of retreat. A lesson we all speak at one point or another. What you expect from one who smoke a joint with his mother. Anointed hustlers in the fatherless region. Through the pain, wish they knew that God was just teaching. We want decent homes, so dreams we say out loud like speakerphones. Just to keep them on. It's like a color song to keep it on. I guess knowing I'm weak is when I'm really being strong. Somehow through the dust, I can see the dawn like the Bishop Magic Wand. That's why I write freedom songs for the songs.
Okay. Let me take you to a time and place. Let me take you back to 1989 with your girl, MC Lyte, off the album Eyes on This. Name of that song is Cha Cha Cha. Mixed with a little bit of 2005. We talking about with your boy Common off that B album. The name of that song is Real People. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Go to patreon.com, become a member over there, get footage that's rare, donate where? At blkliberationmedia.org. Yes, go there and get yourself some merch while you at on the site. So you can look like that. Well, you'll never look like that, but at least you'll have a hoodie. All right, let's get back to it right here. Oh, the remix morning. So.
This one here for me and my DJ.
I used to love that song. You just play. Have y'all done an MC Lyte tribute?
Nah, not yet.
Y'all got to do an MC Lyte tribute. No, yes, no.
Yeah. We can mix her in something.
Kim, you're not an
Hold
MC Lyte
on.
fan.
I don't have any objection to an MC Lyte tribute. I just want to pay homage right now. Did you hear what my man's did? Did you hear the way he freaked that Common the people?
He did. But it stood out. It was MC Lyte.
That shit was tight. Ear doctor, that was great, dog. I love that. That was fantastic.
But wait, I feel like you're trying to push us to another direction here.
I think,
are you or are you not an MC Lyte fan?
I am.
There seems some trepidation in the voice. I don't hear the
When you say you love me, it doesn't matter. It goes into my head is just chit chatter. You may think it's egotistical or just worry free, but what you say, I take none of it seriously. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. So I let you pretend to read me. And then you know, because I hate when one attempts to analyze. Fact, I despise those that even try to look into my eyes to see what I am thinking. That dream is over. You got to sink in. I tell all of you, like I told all of them, what you say to me is just paper thin word. MC Lyte was that chick. MC Lyte, right there with Salt and Pepper, right there with Queen Latifah.
Whoa.
I was about to drop the mic.
About to see your pajama bottoms, man. Calm down.
I was like, that might be too much. Let me stop. Okay. That's an $80 mic.
Whoa. He got hype, yo. Don't play no more MC Lyte, but this guy is a mouse pit over there.
Ear and right out the other. Woo, how many times you heard that, Kamal?
I love MCB. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
I think Common is the most consistent MC from his beginning of his career to now.
No.
I almost can't disagree with that, to be honest.
Fix your face. Who you know is more consistent in the lyric, the pattern, the messages, keeping up with the times, and still giving you classics?
I mean,
I just don't listen to a lot of Common.
You know,
I just don't think he did his shtick well always.
Wow.
And I thought he rhymed off beat. I just was like never a huge Common fan.
he rhymed off beat.
It just felt, Black Thought. Thank you. Paul Hurt. Black Thought is the most consistent. Black Thought might be the best rapper of all time, and he's underrated.
I would agree. I would agree with that also. I think Black Thought is probably the greatest MC of our generation.
Yeah. Black Thought does not get the credit he deserves, B. Y'all know that.
I still don't think Black Thought can.
You don't think he's better than Common?
I don't think he can out freestyle Common.
What?
I think Black Thought got a lot of written rhymes, but I don't think he can out freestyle Common.
Oh, sorry. Ear Doctor fell and left the show. He won't be back.
We got to have a real verses behind that. Hold your flicks down for the photo ops. Black code name Yaphet Kodo op. What? This nigga he threw Yaphet Kodo in his rhymes.
Yeah, written rhyme. We're
Common
talking freestyle.
You saying Common can't even flow like Black Thought be? Oh,
Yo,
you're not even
you're missing the point.
No, I know you're only saying freestyle, but
that's all I'm saying. I'm not.
And I don't.
Black Thought is one of my top 5, so I'm not even.
And Common is not one of your top.
He's
5.
not.
Okay.
Yeah. Trust me, it's different categories when it comes to MCs and stuff like that.
Paul also said Common is renowned to not be a good off the head rapper. We need Paul on the show. Apparently, Paul has.
Paul don't know what the he talking about. Who is Paul? What is his stats? Come on, stop. All right. What did my girl Maya Angelou say to the one girl that called out her name? You have no license to call me that. Paul has no license. Later.
Oh, you guys, so silly. Come out. How lovely to see you.
I know. I always miss it when you're not here. You gotta. You know what I'm saying? I don't like your days off. Yeah, I like your days off. Take off Wednesdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, you belong to me.
I didn't. Whoa.
Being possessive.
Yikes.
8 to 10.
Okay. What do you say when a man says, "You're mine"?
You're mine. You run the other way.
You run the other way. That is correct. And arm yourself quickly.
And arm.
Man, them dangerous out here, Kamal. Everybody, watch your back. Head on a swivel. Men too.
True.
Yeah, doctor, let's go ahead and kick the 2-step into the news, my good bruv. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Thursday edition of the Remix Morning Show. It is October the 30th. Whoa, 2025. A happy early Dia de los Muertos for those that observe. Shout out to those that are going to be observing Dia de los Santos también. You know what I'm saying? We multicultural around here. Come on, you don't know nothing about
I don't know nothing about that.
Dia de los Muertos.
And Common and Pete Rock had the best album last year in hip hop.
Nobody listened to that. That's only something you know about.
He sent it to me, and because he sent it to me, I knew about it. So
Okay.
it was good, though. It was good. It was a good album. I won't take nothing away from it.
Mm.
Did you know, Kamal, for Dia de los Muertos, they actually, a couple of days before Dia de los Muertos, they celebrate the pets that have transitioned.
I know. I don't know that. I did not know that. I didn't know anything about that.
Have you ever had a pet?
Yeah, for like 4 weeks.
That's called fostering an animal. I don't know if that technically qualifies as.
We named him. His name was Kojak. He was a puppy. I probably was like 5 years old. He was a stray, but he bit me. He bit my finger, and then my mom got rid of him. But it was my fault because I was like giving him paper, running around giving him paper to chew on. Then I would snatch the paper out of his mouth. That was like the game. And one time I didn't. One time I didn't snatch fast enough, and he's like, "Ah!" And then I screamed, and I lifted my hand up, and his dog was hanging from my finger. And my mom woke up, and then that was the end of the dog.
You know, he would step across the line habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
I'm not gonna ask what your mother did with the dog because
No. We gave the dog away. No.
Okay,
She didn't do nothing crazy. She didn't do nothing crazy with the dog.
I
She could have. She's the type who could have, but she did not.
I was like, she probably put down the trash chute, right? Did y'all have that in your building? That's what I think all New Yorkers have.
No, we were tenant. There was no trash chute. You had to take this shit out. In New York, you just leave it on the,
on the
curb.
Yes, I've seen. Just leave it. I'm like, nigga, what day is trash day exactly in New York? Because
it's a little spread out. Something you never know. You never know what's going to get picked up or not. In the projects, we had a trash chute. I don't think that should ever work. I just think you basically was jumping. There's no just dropping garbage down like 20 feet or whatever. Because you can hear it like you drop bottles down there just to hit a clinking and pop, 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 pop kind of thing. It was like, oh shit. I was like pastime, dropping garbage down the garbage chute from there because we were on the 8th floor. It was fun. All right, y'all want to get to some news?
All right, I do want us to start off a little serious because we are definitely still seeing the after effects and the reports coming out of Jamaica after the passage of Hurricane Melissa. Category 5 hurricane. It came out. It sounds as though if they had a Category 6 for hurricanes, Melissa would have been it. I was watching all the meteorologists just freak out over the strength of the storm. The pressure, the barometric pressure, I suppose, the millibars. I mean, it is the most powerful recorded hurricane ever.
Oh, is it?
I want to say ever, chat. Did you guys hear ever? Because I think I heard ever. It's the most powerful Atlantic storm ever recorded, the most powerful to ever hit Jamaica. And unfortunately, we do not know the extent of casualties coming out of the island because communications are down, power is down, roads are blocked. It's a very, very incredibly sad situation. But I want to know that there's I don't know. I mean, I know there's a lot of aid allegedly coming from different places, but the Caribbean is hot right now. Unfortunately, I'm curious what the amount of like military shit in the Caribbean, especially coming from the U.S., how that could impede, possibly hinder assistance and aid getting to the island in the wake of this devastating hurricane.
Yeah, that we will have to look into. I did pull up a quick story that said that there were at least 30 deaths reported so far. Right now, it's crossing the Bahamas. Says Melissa is now passing through the Bahamas as a Category 1 hurricane after making landfall in Cuba this morning. Cuba suffered significant damage from the storm, and around 140,000 people were cut off by rising river levels. Says severe damage. Melissa hit Jamaica yesterday as one of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes on record, caused major damage to public infrastructure, and left most of the island without power. The full extent of the devastation is unclear, as some areas are inaccessible. And it says more than 20 people died in Haiti after a river flooded by Melissa burst its banks. The local mayor said 4 bodies were recovered in Jamaica's badly hit St. Elizabeth Parish. And another 3 died on the island during storm preparations. 1 person died in the Dominican Republic. And here they're showing where it's headed now in terms of it's losing some of its power, headed towards the Bahamas, but not a direct hit. And then it looks like it's possibly going back out to sea. So yeah, a lot of devastation, a lot of here. This is just tracking the storm's pathway from Thursday on, from after hitting the Bahamas. So yeah, a lot of devastation, as you said. Here at the very least, it says one of the most devastating hurricanes. And then, like the thing that we do have to talk about is the public infrastructure of a lot of these countries, what they can afford to rebuild, what they have to rely on for donations. So there seems to be there's a lot going on in terms of the devastation around a hurricane like this.
And as island nations and nations of the global south have been telling us for decades now, it's going to be them that is going to bear the brunt of climate change first, right? Now, with Melissa, it went from, I believe, either a tropical depression or tropical storm to a category 4 in less than 12 hours. A 24 in a very, very short window. And we have seen a number of storms over just the past 2 to 3 hurricane seasons undergo this rapid, what meteorologists call rapid intensification, because the waters of the Caribbean Sea, the Caribbean, are so warm as a result of increased, temperatures coming from greenhouse gases. And just basically heating up our oceans, melting glaciers, etc. But because the waters are so hot, the storms are able to gather up a lot of energy in a short amount of time and go from would be benign weather incidents to incredibly catastrophic historical disasters, right? I think this happened in Mexico. Was it last hurricane season, guys, or the one before, where the storm, I think it was Hurricane Oscar, destroyed or badly damaged Acapulco, and it went from like I said, a tropical depression to a category 5 in like 12 hours. Shit was crazy.
And like you said, and again, like it's the ways in which climate disaster is occurring, and who gets impacted by it, and then who doesn't have the resources to do anything, because the U.S. will again do what it's doing in Venezuela. It'll bomb you, it'll threaten you, it'll embargo you, because these are man-made disasters. Obviously, there have always been hurricanes and so forth, but the amount and the intensity of them are continually to increase over time. And it begins to erode the landmass even, right? And then when those folks need to go someplace else to live, the United States ain't gonna let them in, even though it's the U.S. policies internationally that's caused the business class that's caused the erosion, right? So, yeah, I mean, but some of these nation states, I just feel like their governments just have to wake up and band together and have a more solid policy against some of this stuff that's happening, as opposed to just accepting it as the outcome of living in an island nation, because it's not strictly that. There are other factors that have to do with like Western imperialism and economic forces that, if not battled against, will just make this worse. And they'll close the borders here, so you can't come here. So,
and the gag is the United States itself is not even ready to deal with these climate disasters. I mean, I think there's folks still displaced from Hurricane Helene last year, a late in the season storm that came inland in a ways that most hurricanes don't usually do, right? So Eastern Tennessee and, Western North Carolina and parts of Georgia, I think people are still displaced and affected by this. No, climate change is nasty work. And, there's no cooperation by the biggest greenhouse emitting industrial powers, basically the United States and China, but really it's the US, because China is all green lights ahead going towards more sustainable, renewable stuff. Meanwhile, here come dumbass Trump try to restart coal plants and shit. And it's like, nigga, that's the wrong direction, sir. Like, you want to seriously go back to the past, 1950 and all that for energy sourcing. It's really gross. We live in really disgusting times that are not reflective of the situation that's in front of us.
And at the same time, even before the government shutdown, but now even more, FEMA is losing resources, right? As ICE is getting so much more money, right, to continue to arrest people in mass, including so-called U.S. citizens versus undocumented folks. Their budget is going up. FEMA's budget is going down. Trump is literally saying that the onus is going to be put on the state to handle these so-called natural disasters when they take place, which is going to be devastating because states aren't prepared for the type of resources that it takes. It takes a federal government apparatus, a centralized apparatus to handle the devastation, because this devastation goes across boundaries. It doesn't stop at one state to another. This is the kind of stuff that can bankrupt states. And so whatever emergency networks or that a government should have, they're basically putting theirs out of business. And at the same time telling us, what I like is the liberal response is always about how we personally need to make sure that we're handling our plastics better, or we need to get electric cars. It's like, we're not the emitters of the emissions. It's these enterprises, right? So why act like it's our personal responsibility will make all the difference, as opposed to focusing in on these capitalist enterprises, which cause the emissions, the holes in the ozone layers, the tearing down the rainforests all over the world. So those are the folks who should be the focus, but these liberals want to focus on your personal responsibility, because then it takes the shift off, right? These capitalist businesses can continue to get away with what they are, again, causing mass devastation. So,
oh, absolutely. Let me tell you how huge Democrats are hypocrites when it comes to the climate crisis. I mean, Wes Moore, Governor Cantaloupe Head, I think recently vetoed a bill that would address climate issues in the state. I know Gavin Newsom refused to sign into law something that had been passed through the California legislature that would have banned PFAS, the forever chemicals in food wrapping products, because PFAS are in everything. They coat all kinds of food storage, blah, blah, blah. And Gavin Newsom vetoed that. And it's like, I thought y'all was Mr. Greens out here. I thought y'all was pro planet, and you're not, and you big phonies. But come out, I'm confused. Why don't we have money for FEMA? Trump said there's $17 trillion in foreign investment in tariffs. Like, where's the FEMA? Like, he has to. Anyway, I know the $17 trillion is a lie, because that's all this nigga does is lie. But sir, I mean, you keep repeating this. Can you show us any of the 17 trillion? Is it in the closet? Like, where is it in your pocket? It's in your pocket.
It's in your pocket. That's where it's at. It's in your pocket. So I wanted to I saw this story in the New York Times about Bill Gates, right? Because Bill Gates is now again, speaking of sort of the capitalist way, the capitalists and their ideas, and on how climate works. Like Bill Gates, who supposedly, right, was this huge climate activist type of CEO. And I know there's a lot of different stories around Bill Gates' role in climate, right, in climate change, and the fact that he doesn't play the role that he's given credit for. But he's just released a lengthy memo Tuesday morning outlining his so-called evolving views on the risks posed by climate change. In it, he contends that too much effort is focused on reducing near-term planet warming emissions, and argues for keeping human suffering at the center of decision-making when it comes to addressing the risks posed by the warming world. Gates does say that climate change is a serious problem, but he suggests it should be balanced with concerns about human well-being. Quote here, although climate change will have serious consequences, particularly for people in the poorest countries, It will not lead to human demise, he wrote. Only the poor people's human demise. Don't you worry about that, right? People will be able to live and thrive in most places on Earth for the foreseeable future. So he's now taken his own turn. Again, I think probably somewhat of a capitulation to interest, maybe with the Trump administration and so forth. And again, people have said over and over again, like, he's promoted himself in a certain way around climate change. But the impact of what he's done around the world when it relates to climate is more for profit than it is for outcome. And it's more for control of resources than what it is for outcome. And so I think even now he's shifting from where he was, because it feels as if now, because of this overt white nationalist government, that again, the billionaire class is lining up to make sure that they're on the good side with all these different government contracts that they are looking to get. And the way that Trump plays favorites, he's looking to be one of their favorites.
Bill Gates, I know, isn't he the largest landowner of farmland?
That's what I heard too.
And it's like, well, what do you need all this land for, sir? if you're not concerned about climate crisis, or you don't think that it will result in human demise, don't you have a bunker or 5, Mr. Gates? Why do you have all this retreat space? And speaking of, who's really not going to fare well? I mean, obviously we know people of the global south, but really no one in the world is going to fare well, because if you recall, in Europe, you were in Europe over this past summer. Europe experienced a tremendous heat wave that the Europeans are not accustomed to feeling, because they're not used to all that heat, and they don't have air conditioning. So guess who's really not going to fare well during climate global warming?
Says here, Bill Gates is the largest single owner of private farmland in the United States, with a portfolio of nearly 270,000 acres acquired through various investment firms. He does not farm the land himself. Thank you. I think we understood that, AI. Instead, he leases it to other companies for agricultural operations. While his large-scale purchases have drawn attention, about 40% of U.S. farmland is owned by non-farmers, including other wealthy individuals.
Again, I have to laugh at computer magnates lecturing the rest of us, or trying to present themselves as leaders of, green sustainability. And it's like, all of the mining that happens at Microsoft's behest, all of the mineral and resource extraction, I'm sure done in the most utmost and above board methods to reduce the amount of contamination to the surrounding soil and water and air, and exposure to the workers that are extracting it. It's just so I don't want to hear shit about what the country or the earth should look like from a billionaire, and you still sitting on billions. Come up off some of them billions, Bill, and then we might want to listen to a little bit more of what you have to say. But while you're sitting there like a rich bitch, I don't want to hear from you.
And I think because of this, these data centers, right? These that take up so much, like not only land space, but energy. Like, they're also positioning themselves to make excuses for how these data centers will need all, electricity, drinking water, all of that stuff will now be positioned towards them, which will again cause a more warming of the planet, environmental disaster. And so for them, this is the time period to be like, that's like, don't look at that, because there's all this money to be made as far as they're concerned in this AI technology. I just saw something about the largest valued company is an AI company worth like $5 trillion. Wall Street value, $5 trillion. That's probably more than almost every nation state, right? Just think that all the money that Bill Gates has, or Elon Musk, in terms of the billions of dollars that they have. Elon Musk racing to be officially the first trillionaire in the world. Again, when you look at the budgets of some of these, bringing it full circle, these countries in the Caribbean, like they don't have those kind of resources for a whole nation state, 20 million people, 15 million, 11 million people. They don't have the money that these individuals have, who are setting their priorities, like you said, through policy, through media, through propaganda, of trying to tell us what's good for the environment and what's good for the world, as these nation states that don't have these resources are struggling with these man-made environmental disasters.
Mm-hmm. And another interesting offshoot of AI is, and especially what you talked about, a company being valued at 5 trillion. Many are speculating that the AI bubble itself is about to burst, because for the amount of investment that not only governments but private industry has put into artificial intelligence, where is the revenue stream? Where's the model? How does this thing make money? We see it can gobble up many billions of dollars. How do you monetize it? How does it actually come back? And they're discovering that, a lot of people aren't signing up for those AI premium chat GPT, whatever subscriptions. Because it's like, for what? Nigga, Google is free. I'm gonna pay an AI bot for why? So who is the dipshit? Is it Sam Altman?
Yeah.
His is what? Open AI? Is that his company?
I can't remember.
So whatever one he has, he's about to start offering pornography. and the experts say that, listen, when you start slanging porn, that means your revenue model is like, if you got to start banking off, spank banks basically, or the AI erotica or whatever it is, it's like, oh, you actually not really able to make any other money besides. It was porn and something else, guys. What did the AI open AI said they was going to start doing? It was the erotica and it was another thing, but people are like, that means your profit model has hit the skids. So anyway, but all this overinvestment, the way that the Trump administration, but also, again, a lot of Democratic leadership, governors, et cetera, pushing for this AI data center expansion. We're seeing it here in Maryland under Wes Moore. What's the benefit for the community? And it doesn't really seem to be one, to be honest. Like if it's hogging up resources, driving everybody's electric bills into the stratosphere, all while drinking up the clean water that people need. It's like, I'm sorry, we're just going to hand over society to the data centers and to AI for what? So I appreciate this issue as an environmental justice one of sorts, because it seems as though I'm seeing communities, Black, white, Indigenous, Hispanic, seem to be rallying together to oppose the expansion of these data centers around the country. That does seem to be a little bit encouraging.
Yeah, I agree. The only problem is that the local governments are not. The mayors, the city councils, they're getting pitched these ideas as job creators, and all that kind of stuff. And they're buying it, of course, because they want to be the place where, 300 more jobs are created, even though that's not enough to compensate for all the destruction and damage done. And it's really not a big revenue lift for these cities. So it's almost like building of the stadiums, right? It's like, isn't it nice that we have these big shiny buildings in our city that makes us an international city? It's like, yeah, but what's the outcome for everyday people who are living in these cities? Like you said, like higher water bills, like fucked up electricity bills. They're getting that cost passed on to them. And that cost will be passed on to the consumer as those companies get their tax breaks and their discounts from the power companies. Those power companies want to make it up somehow, right? They're not going to charge their capitalist friends as much, but you know who they will charge. My
black ass. Listen, I had to have words with Pepco this week. I had to call Pepco. We need to have a conversation, right? And I had to have the same conversation with Washington Gas. I had to tell Washington Gas, y'all better call Pepco because Pepco got your fucking money, okay? Like Washington Gas. You asking me where the money at, nigga? Pepco has your money. That is where your money is, Washington Gas. You should go call Pepco.
But speaking of who got the money,
who got it?
Damn sure ain't me.
Shit.
It's wild. My friend actually worked with these brothers right here, and he was talking about the big thing that they get from these data centers is data, so they can figure out how to sell you more stuff. It's wild. He worked with these brothers right here, the Coach family or the Coach brothers.
That's right. You got it right. The Coach. Call them niggas
Yeah.
incorrectly. Yes, by their name.
What is it? Coke? Choke?
It is Coke.
Coke.
But you're
Okay.
right. They probably the COKE brothers too, right?
Hey,
Be my guess.
Yeah, so he's like, all they want is data, so they can sell you more stuff.
But not only that, it's the data to sell us stuff, but it's also the surveillance state, right? So all of these license plate readers, all of this Ring camera footage, all of this drone stuff, like everything, they need to warehouse it somewhere, you know. And so the surveillance state is really what is, you know, the main gobbler. I'm
The gobbler. This day, Jive Turkey's Day is coming up. Gobble gobble.
Hey, I hope everybody is boycotting damn Thanksgiving Day. Nah, it's over for
Christmas. Now we'll finally embrace Kwanzaa. All right, what were you about to say there?
Oh no, really quick. So I was going to show Amazon opens $11 billion AI data center in rural Indiana as rivals race to break ground. Look at this monstrosity. Look at this thing.
Wow. But again, the gag is Amazon just laid off 30,000 workers.
Yeah.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
No, it makes no sense. But like you're right. That's the thing. I think the evaluations, like this is fake money, right? This is Wall Street money. This is not about profits that they've already gotten or resources they got. This is all about people piling on, again, under the idea or hope that these investors, that they're going to get more money somewhere down the line, but the investments are huge without that kind of like revenue stream coming in to justify some of these costs. So they also are paying robbing Peter to pay Paul, and part of that is laying workers off and all the rest of it to build out these big data centers. So unless they get these big government contracts for espionage and spying and surveillance, there is no other way for them to make billions of dollars, because so apparently people are not signing up to enough to have I think I talked about this a few months ago, to have their deceased loved one come alive for them on a computer and speak to them and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, I seen those they make the old pictures come alive and they'll be talking.
Yeah. And then they have you they fill the information of if they wrote letters, if there's recordings of them, you telling them what the person was like. So all these ways in which it's supposed to make a sort of a similar version of the person who died for you to have morning conversations with. It's like,
have you stuck in the past and not thinking about the future?
I mean, but what does that also do to the individual? And I know I'm talking to a pair of heathens here. You guys may not. Well,
wait.
I'm sorry. A
not
single
pair,
heathen. One
heathen.
heathen. I mean, what does that do to the person's soul potentially? Are you holding a piece of them here on this earthly plane just so you can have a conversation with them in the morning? Like, what if they want to go on up to glory and they can't because they're being held in digital purgatory because you missed them?
Well, that's the whole thing about this weekend. It's really the Day of the Dead, not Halloween, where different cultures like the Mexican Latino culture do the Day of the Dead. Like we've seen the movie Coco. No, you ain't seen the movie Coco.
No, I've seen it. You both are crazy right now, but I love it.
But the thing is, you're always supposed to have an altar, and you're supposed to always keep them alive by going to that altar, saying their name, keeping them alive that way.
Like ancestor veneration, which I understand, and that's a deep tradition. But this digital stuff is an aberration, right? Like that's to go and remember my loved one as opposed to summoning them, right? For them to join me over brunch, like
yeah, that's wild.
I don't know.
And think about it. What is it like? Not only are you paying a monthly subscription, I'm sure there's ways these companies are sneaking in commercials before you get to speak to your loved one. I'm sure they're programming your loved one to say, remember, we used to go get such and such for only $3.99. You should go buy such and such and such. It happened the next time we speak. Wow. So I'm sure they're slipping in messages that are around profit making and the rest of it. So it's never going to, obviously, it's not going to be some pure example of what your loved one was like. And you're right. It's like there's other ways to let go, right? And if you can't let go because some company is holding you there in front of a computer, as opposed to you living the life that you remembered with the other person in the first place. So yeah, it's a way of holding and a way of capitalizing off of individuals, off of people's sadness and misery and whatever of somebody being gone.
Is this something that we kind of have to maybe contend for with our final wishes? Like, do you have to put in your will, do not sell my likeness to the AI company? Do not.
Damn, that's a little...
You may have to explicitly say that.
You might, yeah.
That's a little business venture somebody might want to look into. Should figure that out.
Do your break.
Okay, yeah, we need a mental health break. Yo, I'm tired, and I got a mix coming at 11. I gotta get ready for that.
What's the mix about?
You gotta tune in and check it out.
Sundays on Thursdays. Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Because I was out last night doing this, man.
Tonight I'm gonna be the hustler.
Oh, not bad.
Singing, is this the way?
I told you that dude was nice. Old Face was nice. That's his name.
Sir, what? Why would you call that man Old Face?
Old Face killer.
Old Face killer.
This is why the mandem is in the state that it. Look how y'all treat each other.
I loved it.
It was good. Yo, the dude was nice. Yo, I mean, sometimes your face just won't allow you to get into place. All right, let's take a break. Right here, right now on the Remix Morning Show. Hustler, dope dealer. Ooh, I be your neighborhood drug dealer. What's good, everybody? Welcome out to the Remix Morning Show. As they take their break and run to the bathroom, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Go to patreon.com, become a member over there, get footage that's rare, donate where, blkliberationmedia.org. Yes, go get you some merch. We are demonetized as a channel, so that will very much help us to make things happen here. All right, boom. So as you've seen on the cover today, Master P. Let's talk a little bit about this guy right here. Is it working? I thought it was working. I don't know. My thing is, there we go. All right, boom. So let me tell you a little bit about Master P. Percy Robert Miller. Yes, we talk about rapping, producing, executive. He even was dancing with the stars. He did some movies. He's done damn near everything. He started back in 1991, and then he got bigger. I mean, let me break it down. He's straight from New Orleans, Calio Projects. He started off with his brothers, who was actually his brothers, Silk the Shocker, C Murder. He also had a brother, Kevin Miller. He passed away. That helped inspire him to do a lot of things. But he wound up going out to California. And when he was out in California, he inherited $10,000 from his grandfather's death in a settlement. So he flipped that money, opened up a record store, and from there he was in the record business. So after that, he was dropping some albums with his people, and then later on, he moved back from Cali, went back to New Orleans, and No Limit was taken to the next plateau. So he put out like damn near 15 albums, like 15 albums. And throughout the years, he did a lot of different works with record labels and building new record labels, from Gutter Music with his son to No Limit Forever, and just kept doing it and doing it. Now, when we talk about the business of Master P, this guy, black wife, family, kids playing basketball, doing rapping, doing everything. You talk about a real family man. He invested in a lot of different things. We're talking about Foot Lockers, real estate, stocks, music, television production, toy making, clothing. Dude even got cereal. Stop playing. I mean, the fact that he came up from these projects and just started just doing this, that, and everything. And that, my biggest thing I take from this dude is he did not have any fear. He said, you know what? I'm going to get out here and I'm going to make things happen. So that he did. He even played in the NBA, y'all. I mean, it's a lot of dream for rappers to be in the NBA, but this dude actually played like for the Toronto Raptors, Sacramento Kings. He played. He tried out and stuff for different Charlotte Hornets and stuff like that. But he actually got to play, and now he became the head coach and president of basketball operations for the University of New Orleans basketball team. I mean, when you talk about somebody that's done it all, this guy has done it all. Movies, everything, even pro wrestling. Dude even was in the WCW doing wrestling with his people and came back this year and made an appearance on AEW Dynamite. I mean, I could keep going on. Master P is that guy. You can even see it on the stage that he still has the loyalty from all his people from that verses. So just wanted to give him a shout out. He did lose his daughter a little while ago. And shout out for just continuing to do what you do. Also, philanthropist. He has a food foundation for the homeless, youth centers he has up. He has a benefit concert to raise funds for children for murder victims in Louisville. I mean, keep doing what you're doing, Pink. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are watching, learning. Some might call you a capitalist, but, you know, that's what they do. All right. With that said, let's get back to it right here at the Remix Morning Show.
Now I'm fake age pimping, but not able. Don't make me get stupid and leave your fucking blood on the wall.
Great times.
What a resume.
It is a resume.
I mean, and he got a black wife, Kamal, and he still keeps his family intact.
I'll check on
coaching his sons, getting them to the NBA right now. He got them. They are nice too.
So he never played in. He played on, like, was it a stunt basically? He was on.
No, it wasn't no stunt. Dude can play ball.
But he didn't play no real game though.
But he played what, the little semi-pro league?
Yeah.
He did preseason tryouts kind of thing.
Something like that.
Yeah. He didn't play professional. Like, he didn't play in some game.
Well,
I'm not down on him. I'm just saying it was a stunt.
He was in a preseason game and he scored like 8 points in one game.
Oh, okay.
And he said they didn't give him a fair chance.
You got money, you want to live out your fantasies. I'm just trying to be clear on that.
Yeah. He was and he played ABA, which is not the NBA, but the ABA, Las Vegas Rattlers in Long Beach Jam. He played with them. I mean, dude is
I must admit, though, I was never a fan of the music. Yeah. I don't know that. It was too far away from New York. So I was like, I don't know none of that shit. Only the ones that were the radio hits, man, I might know, but never, like, I'm not in the catalog of Master P.
We was deep in the catalog of Master P around here. Let me speak for we was like, I mean, we had Ghetto Dope, of course. Ghetto Dope make crack like this.
Yeah. Pretty much, use that rock Airbnb Rock M track. That was hard.
Yeah. I'm Bout It was an anthem when I was doing radio in Tulsa. I talked, like, my intro was over the I'm Bout It instrumental because we bout it. I mean, we rowdy. Bounce, fool. You bout it.
But how many people that's been in that many businesses?
He's a real entrepreneur. He's an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
that's his thing.
Yeah, he influenced a lot of these rappers to get on their business and stop thinking it's just about the music.
He did. I mean, he was one of the early ones to kind of go platinum out the trunk, so to speak, right?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
How do you say he started? Like, his dad died, he got some money kind of shit?
His grandpa passed and left him $10,000 after a settlement. And he flipped it and opened up the record store out in Cali and then brought it back over to New Orleans.
Not mad at the Horatio Alger uplift story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Back to news.
P. Miller. It's about it. See, yeah. That wasn't. I don't know. Did No Limit make it up to New York? I don't think so.
There were people, I mean, the radio hits at least, but I wasn't,
But it's even still like with a song like Make Him Say, I can see New Yorkers, the eye rolls, the pursed lips. Like, this ain't hip hop. Yeah.
Some of us. Ricky is
how
saying
you're
yes, it
supposed
did.
to.
Ricky is saying yes, it did in
But
caps.
did they enjoy it, Ricky, or did they mock it? Did they, poo-poo it? I don't know. We was listening to No Limit and Cash Money very strong. The mid 90s, absolutely. Yeah, we had everything. We would go get all the No Limit CDs, the Cain and Abel, Fiend. Fiend is one of my favorites. Fiend and Mia X. Kevin has no idea who I'm talking about.
No, none of them.
New Orleans knows exactly who I'm talking about. Capital F-I. And then you would hear UGK. Of course, you still don't know who I'm talking about. Pimp C and Bun B.
Bun B, I like.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Kim, just stop with him.
You said don't.
I'm sorry. Well, it was a moment for rap.
She's educating me. She's educating me. I don't know about all that. She's educating me.
And then came the Cash Money. Of course, Juvenile backed that ass up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
The hits. I'm down with the hits.
I told you guys my funny Juvenile story, right?
Oh no, lay it on us.
Real quick. So I'm in New Orleans for something. I don't remember if it was Mardi Gras, if it was Essence. I don't know why I'm down there. I can't remember what occasion brought me to New Orleans. It's millions of people on the street. So whatever hotel I was staying at, I'm walking out the hotel with my girlfriend and I see Juvenile and I had my camera with me. I said, let me go over there and see if I can get an interview with him real quick. And I walked up to him. Hey, what's up, Juvie? My name is Kim. I do this. Do you mind if I grab you for a couple of seconds to do a quick interview? Oh, shorty, my wife is right there. My wife is over there. I'm looking at, I'm thinking to myself, okay, do you want her to come over? I'm just saying, if you want to give me your, I'm like, sir, oh, I'm sorry. You thought I was coming over here to holler? Is that what you thought? No, sir. You're safe.
You're safe. The wife is to call her over. Let me introduce myself to you. Not interested at all.
He really was like, I can't, almost like, I can't believe you coming over here to talk to me. My wife right over there, sir.
Maybe to his defense, maybe it's happened a few times. Happened a few times.
Come on.
But you are like, not over here.
Listen, the amount of so-called famous dudes who have, gave all, I'm like, dog, y'all chicks must be really just coming up and just throwing it at y'all because, sir, let us be serious if we could for a second. I'm good. Don't worry about me. Your marriage is safe from me. I'm sorry.
I want to go to the story on this dude, Graham Plantner, and I want to get your opinions.
Okay. Who is is this the white man running for Senate in Maine?
Yes. So I'm going to bring up one or two things really quick just to show people.
Wait, I have a question. Why are you interested in this man?
Because I feel like it's the larger tale of how white folks look at politics.
Okay.
So part of this battle is that, and just for those who don't know, I assume most people do, Blattner is running for Senate on a Democratic ticket, running for senator in Maine. A lot of fanfare behind it. A lot of he's the kind of candidate we need. He's been endorsed by Bernie Sanders. He speaks to the working class, blah, blah, blah. And then it's come out that I guess when he was in the Marines, he claims he was drunk and he got a tattoo, which turned out to be a Nazi-affiliated tattoo that he's had since that time.
Lovely.
And then when it was discovered, of course, and I think this picture, if you can see my pointer, from what it used to be to what it is now, he's now changed it a little bit. And then someone also did some background checks into his I guess, online persona, which brought up a host of contradictory different statements, everything from some casual racism to calling himself a communist. And I think he's highlighted as this person who is this left of center, again, pragmatic Democrat. You hear here, I think it's I always mess up the pronunciation of Jacobin. You're being lied to about Graham Planter. In this article, I won't go through it, but basically is a praise article about how he's the attempt to take him down. It's been a tough few weeks for Plantner, the political novice who's become the surprise frontrunner to take on Maine's long-serving GOP Senate incumbent Susan Collins. They're seeing a rolling series of bad headlines, but and here it says, but it's also true that that a handful of Plantner's comments that have been singled out for national attention in recent weeks are just a drop in the ocean of Reddit's posts, which span the Obama years to Biden presidency. They said the storyline is much more complicated than that. And so the storyline that they're saying is more complicated is that he's said things that have made him sound more lefty than not. Like he says some things like telling somebody who said they hated Afghan people or Islamophobic to fuck off and so forth. So the basic thing about this article is that it is suggesting that he's anti-fascist and worth a vote or whatever. And then lastly, I'll bring this article up to then begin the discussion. The New York Times reporter did a story on, which I think is essentially a similar point that I make and that some of us make, that, what the Democrats are willing to do in order to support a white man who speaks about the working class, right? Who fits their idea of reaching white voters. And so really quickly it says, and this is an opinion piece, all you have to do is take a passing glance at Plantner, a progressive candidate for the U.S. Senate in Maine, to understand why so many Democrats have been falling at the mouth over his candidacy for months. His beefy tattooed arms and weathered face make him look like a live-action Popeye. He's often styled in a dirty baseball cap, a ragged T-shirt, implying a sort of everyman machismo. It says there's just one teensy-wincy problem. It turns out that the friend of the white working class had a Nazi tattoo. The tattoo is a well-known symbol of official Nazis and Nazi-adjacent people and so forth. Planter said when he got it that he didn't realize what it was, and there's other people in his campus says he knew exactly what that fucking shit was. So the last part about this, it says Chris Murphy, a Democratic senator from Connecticut, told CNN Jake Tapper that Planter sounds like a mistake-making human being who was, like many soldiers, going through a difficult time. The tattoo, in his words, implied, shouldn't worry us too much. Planter speak to working class concerns, and that is what the party must prioritize. Bernie Sanders, a longtime senator from Vermont, also had plenty to say. He had endorsed Planter earlier in the campaign after the tattoo debacle. Sanders did not revoke his endorsement, saying that there are more important issues worth our focus. Bernie's got us there. There are more important issues. A gilded would-be emperor. So to talk about Trump, of course, like that. And so I'm going to end with this part. Where's the part that I wanted to end with? So these senators are demonstrating a willful blindness that has become endemic in the Democratic Party. Their rhetoric and the conventional wisdom that flows from it suggests that we cannot talk about economic solutions without abandoning our commitment to the Black, Latino, gay, transgender, and female poor that are the lifeblood of the Democratic Party. The conceit at the heart of that belief is that poor white people are too racist and too uniquely ignorant of their racism to vote in their best interest. Therefore, Democrats have to accept a little racism to win the working class. And obviously they mean the white working class. So this goes back to some of the arguments that we've been having around, what the role of the white left is in terms of telling us in general to stop talking about race and racism, because we got to talk about class issues, because that's how we get the white vote kind of thing. And I think this is another example of them finding out something that's like, there's like the finding out something about a candidate that they prefer, that they think looks the part, and who the Democratic Party, in terms of its elites, and its liberal left elites, would want us to throw down for. And again, when something comes out about who this person is, as opposed to voicing real concerns about it, asking that person to make amends, potentially withdrawing support. They tell us, it's not that important. Our racist basically is better than their racist. And so we should support our racists because they're talking about an economic agenda. And so in other words, you Black, brown people, other folks, you shut the fuck up and let us handle this. And so I think that's part of that long, that slip into what the Democrats are possible, what the Democrats are up to and where their real choices are, right? It's a fight for that white working class vote. And everybody else has to just shut up and get on board.
This is a Groundhog Day of a conversation because there weren't the same similar things being brought up about Joe Biden 2019. What year is this? 2025. Like, oh, well, yeah, Joe Biden was against, desegregating schools, using busing. Yeah, he said he didn't want he didn't want his kids to be bused to a Black neighborhood or vice versa. And yeah, sure, Joe Biden said that he would make jaywalking a capital offense when he was authoring the Biden crime bill in 94. Oh, but that was old shit, y'all. He used to backslap it up with Strom Thurmond and Robert Byrd, known Klansmen. But guys, he's our best shot. What are we going to do? I mean, it's something about the liberals keep trying to sell us, racism light as though it's palatable. It doesn't taste that bad. Just, hold your nose while you're, taking a bite or having to pull the lever or whatever it may be. I mean, I need the whites to understand that y'all are racist, even the liberal progressive ones, because you tolerate racism. So there's that. If you have any stomach for it whatsoever, then it obviously doesn't bother you. And why would it bother you? It doesn't affect you. Like nothing about, and I'm looking at this race out of Maine and I'm like, whoo, this is white folks' business. I mean, I know it's, some non-whites, 50 or 150 non-whites in Maine, but y'all, this is big, ginormous white folks' business. And for the Jewish man, Bernie Sanders, Bernie, you're not bothered by a Nazi tattoo, is that right? Tell us more. What else doesn't bother you, Bernie? Like, come on. I mean, there's no standards here. Like, white folks can get away with whatever the fuck, from extremists like Trump on the right to this, this soft shoeing racism. I can't even call a Nazi tattoo soft shoeing, can we? But this is America, and this is just what we as Black folks, as would-be participants in this electoral system, these are just the hard choices, I guess, that we have to make at the end of the day, right? Are we going to go along with a party that goes along just to get along? I don't know. I know it. If he could unthrone or dethrone Susan Collins, if we're talking about the balance of votes in the Senate, ultimately, do I think this individual would probably vote for policies and laws that could benefit us? Sure. So from that respect, and strategically, it may be a fine thing to go ahead and support him. But again, he could also do a flipperoo, right? Wasn't it J.D. Vance who at one point called Trump Hitler? Mm-hmm. He seems to have changed his mind. You know what I'm saying? You can't take these crackers at their word, unfortunately. What was the other chick from Arizona? She's not in the Senate no more, but she came in like she was a progressive. What's her name, guys? She was a real idiot. Kristen.
No, I don't remember. And people are also talking about Fetterman from Pennsylvania.
Another one,
right? He talked very progressive in terms of the campaign. Very. Was somebody saying Sinema? Is that the name?
Sinema. Yes. Thank you so much. Kirsten Sinema. Yes. She came in talking real loosey-goosey, progressive like, and then all of a sudden, wow, she was a toss-up vote on a number of things that I think Democrats assumed that she would automatically be in support of, and she wasn't. The long and the short of it is you cannot trust white folks, even so-called white, well-meaning ones. I'm so sorry to our white friends. We love y'all. We trust y'all though, and not wholeheartedly, because I think it was somebody. There's a very famous saying. It wasn't Muhammad Ali when he was talking about trying to distinguish between good white folks and bad white folks. Like if you show me 100 snakes and telling me that 3 of these snakes are non-poisonous, non-venomous, and won't bite me, how am I supposed to figure out which of these snakes don't bite or are not venomous? I got to put myself at tremendous risk just to figure that out. Are these the kind of risks we're trying to put ourselves in?
We got to figure it out. We got to stick our hand in there to pull out the 3 non-poisonous snakes. And it reminds me of Malcolm's continual warning to us about the wolf and the fox, and around who's a white man that Malcolm said he trusted. He said John Brown.
That's right.
And why did he say John Brown? Because he put his life on the line for something, right? He picked up guns in terms of fighting against a system of oppression. He's like the liberal means us no good for the very reason that Kim is talking about. The liberal will change their views. They'll tell you one thing and do another. Again, it was under a liberal regime that the genocide in Palestine was not only started, but was encouraged and paid for by the United States of America, that the Kamala Harris never, ever went back on, never would say a bad word about Israel. So, in terms of the policies that she geared towards Black people, particularly Black men, it was weed and crypto, right? That was going to be our salvation. That was her policy for Black men. So these folks, again, whether white or Black or whatever, but particularly the white ones, they grow up in this racism. And so somebody, people keep on asking us, because somebody has leftist views or somebody's a communist, can they be racist? Well, fucking yeah, they can. Do you think because, again, even as a left person, you think just because someone has economic views of the economic plight of the working class, that they also don't have ideas around who should be on top and who should not be? Or they didn't grow up in cultures and in systems that were embedded in racism, did not adopt that racism, and have not done enough necessarily to fight back against it in some way. Again, this dude had he never took that tattoo off until it was exposed. It wasn't like he at some point was like, man, I was young and stupid. I was in the fucking military. I was drunk. I was out of my mind. A year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, 5 years later, 8 years later, 10 years later. I think it's 18 years later that this dude had only had it removed once it became a political liability in the Senate's race. So up until that time, he spent almost 2 decades with that, every day seeing that tattoo in the mirror without one single fucking problem. And that speaks to somebody's views and what somebody believes, that they would tattoo that shit on their body and never have it removed. I'd rather somebody say to me, and be as straightforward as possible, or do it in such a way that was like, yes, I did have that too, but I removed it 5 years ago. I removed it before I was a public person, because my views shifted and changed, or I was stupid and dumb when I did it. Not the whole idea he's trying to push is that he didn't really know what it was. He was just drunk with his Marine friends. 18 years, you couldn't figure out what kind of tattoo that was?
But it also
go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's no consequence for white folks for outwardly displaying symbols of white power, right? I'm sorry, this man never went to the beach. You never went swimming in 18 years. You never took your shirt off in any circumstance. So it was visible to others. Other people saw this. Your children probably saw this. Other people saw this. And even if they did ask you about it, it wasn't enough to shun you or to ostracize you, or even to motivate you to get it removed sooner than now, right? No consequence for it, Kamal. You understand? There's no penalty.
Yeah, the largest party in the country, which is the Democratic Party, I still think, is still endorsing him, still pushing him forward. Who did they not endorse? The party? They did not endorse their 2 so-called most progressive Black House of Representative members, Cory Bush and John, I think about Bowman in New York. Those folks had very progressive liberal views. They weren't endorsed by they had their they were challenged in the as incumbents. They didn't have any Nazi tattoos. They had, I know people, it's not the equivalent, right? No one took their shirt off and they had a Black Power fist. And then you guys, and if they did, they would have been ostracized even more, right? So I'm not equating the two, just to be clear. But I'm saying that they had no overt symbols of anything dealing with Blackness. They were squarely within the camp of the Democratic Party, except the progressive side of it. And then they still weren't good enough for the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party allowed them to have to have challengers go up against them in the elections from the Democratic side. Millions of dollars poured into those campaigns to defeat incumbents. The CBC said nothing. They did not step up. They did not lambast the fact that these two stalwarts of the party were being challenged, who had their seats, who had secure seats, would not have lost the election to any Republican candidate whatsoever. They said nothing. They did nothing. They didn't go in any mass way to support. But this white boy, they're like, well, you got to overlook that. That's not that important.
And it's also interesting to me, like the miseducation of Americans at large, right? Because I mean, Black people, we are deeply miseducated about, our role and our contribution to this country. But white folks also are deeply miseducated about American history, because if progressive whites are getting excited about this guy, I'm sorry, is he a radical? It's like, do y'all really know who white radicals are? And the chances are you don't, because I remember Bro Diallo said this on a show one morning. He was like talking, I think, about the self-immolation of Aaron Bushnell, the airman who set himself on fire in front of the Israeli embassy. He was like, you're never going to know this guy's name in history, because radical white people from the left or for righteous causes, they try to erase them. They don't try, they do erase them from history. You don't know their names. You only know John Brown, right? Like white folks don't know about Mother Jones or, other radical whites, not only for working class people, but for abolition and other things. But no, we don't know them, and we should, because then you could have something appropriate to compare these modern day phonies to. You know what I mean? This guy is no real radical. Let me tell you about so and so.
Yeah, then you would have a history that says there is an alternative radical history that you can endorse, that you can love, that you can be a part of, as opposed to trying to do this balancing act between the so-called revolutionary leaders that you just can't call out as white nationalists or racists, the richest people in the fucking colony who are fighting a war, not for anybody's liberation, so that they can own all the shit. You know what I mean? It wasn't about redistributing resources. It was about them owning all the shit and keeping slavery going, right? They weren't interested in working class issues or anything of the sort. But because you're right, we're so colonized in the mind or given this propaganda, and particularly for these white folks, is like they embrace that history or find ways in which they continue to embrace that history, particularly when they make public campaigns, because they themselves don't know that the alternative radical history of folks who have fought against on principle, not because they were getting something out of it, but based on principle, putting their lives on the line to fight back against injustice, to fight back against racism, to fight back against white nationalism, to fight back against capitalism. You're right. That is the history that needs to be the history that these white lefties go to, but instead they're busy trying to, tell us that the main dude with the white racist Nazi tattoo is going to be looking out for our best interests, and so therefore we should just shut the fuck up and get in line. And again, that's supposed to be that one magazine. Is it left? Say it again.
I said, and he's endorsed by the most progressive Jew. I mean, the mental gymnastics, y'all. Like, what the fuck? Somebody really needs to check Bernie Sanders. Like, sir, are you being serious right now?
Bernie Sanders can still barely admit there was a genocide. He can barely talk. He can barely get the word out of his mouth when talking about what Israel did. So there's this whole idea that he was the savior or whatever. And if people, I don't even like the idea that they put across to try to say that the election was stolen from him. I was like I know there was inconsistencies or there were things that they did to suppress, but I mean, and he did a great job of lifting up somewhat of a left politic. But he did that, and I remember he came to Atlanta doing one of his runs. Again, he did that with downplaying and constantly making sure that people did not speak about race, right? And anytime the topic came up, he poo-pooed it and went back to economic policy lifts all boats. Let's not talk about race, because again, it will make white people upset. And that's the last thing that we can afford to do for their purposes.
Check your email. I allegedly sent you something.
I'll check it right now.
But it's an allegation. It may not be true.
It's an allegation.
Thanks, everybody. Remixers, we appreciate you being here this morning. Please engage with the content, like the video, even though YouTube be ignoring us and shit. Maybe even thumbs down the video. Maybe that'll get us some different engagement. Maybe be like, ooh, maybe more people would like to hate on this. So any kind of engagement you want to do with the show today, we appreciate it. Thank you all so much for being here. Subscribe, tell a friend, share the stream, do the things. It's Kamau, it's Kim, it's Naka, it's y'all. And this is DC, everybody. So as much attention, rightfully, as Chicago, New York, Los Angeles are receiving for the surge of federal forces at the behest of the Trump administration, Homeland Security, so-called deputized ICE and the like. There was an incident here in Washington, D.C., which, by the way, the National Guard, Kamau, fun fact, Trump wants to keep the National Guard deployed in Washington, D.C. through summer of 2026. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? But it turns out, as the community is well aware, that these assholes are on the streets, in fact, causing more threats to public safety and, in fact, causing more violence than they are allegedly preventing or stopping as it pertains to crime. So we're going to pick up this story from NBC4 in Washington, where they are describing a Washington resident. I believe this guy is from DC, but as a part of a traffic stop, he was pulled over by a federal agency and shot at. And it's only by the grace of God that this man was not seriously injured. But the rub is, Kamau, Metropolitan Police did not include that there had been a shooting at this traffic stop in their police reports, almost like a cover-up.
I'm going to start playing.
According to two separate police reports and this charging document, it was the evening of October 17th here on Benning Road when police attempted to pull over 33-year-old Philip Brown because he did not have a front license plate. Police say Brown attempted to flee. When Brown's vehicle came to a stop, according to his attorneys, a federal agent drew their weapon and fired at least 3 shots into Brown's car. These photos show the bullet holes in Brown's car door window and passenger seat. Brown was not armed.
If there was a passenger in this seat, they would be dead. You cannot be a part of a Make America Safe initiative when you're shooting at unarmed people in a routine traffic stop.
Brown was arrested and charged with fleeing from police, but the charges were quickly dismissed. News 4 reviewed the arrest report and charging documents in the case. Neither mentioned the federal agent firing their weapon at Brown. In fact, the police report indicates no shots were fired. A spokesperson for MPD tells News 4 the shooting is under internal investigation.
Mr. Brown is traumatized. Being as a Black man stopped by the police, it is already a terrifying situation, but I don't think that anybody is prepared to see or hear or feel gunshots coming through their vehicle. It is certainly a traumatizing event, and he is coping as best as one can.
MPD went out of their way to cover it up.
That is crazy.
So this is, emblematic of a larger pattern of complicity from these local police departments in cities where Trump has deployed federal forces, and they are aiding and abetting the illegal actions, the dangerous and reckless actions of these. Again, I have to keep saying alleged federal agents because nobody knows who the fuck these people really are, right? There's some of them are wearing masks, some of them aren't, some of them have badges, some of them will identify, and some of them won't. The fact that Metropolitan Police, it took another person, a cop, actually testifying or submitting a different police report for this information to actually be confirmed by the police, right? By local Metropolitan Police. And we're seeing very similar things. For example, in Los Angeles, there was a young man, his name is Richard LA. He is a social media influencer, TikToker, who has been documenting the ICE caravans, and when ICE is going to different places to try to abduct and terrify people. He's been documenting it. He's been keeping his distance. He ended up shot. I actually think he's still hospitalized in Los Angeles. I'm not exactly clear on what his condition is. Also in Chicago, a person was killed by so-called ICE officers for attempting to flee allegedly, but their whole, the cops ain't shit because they always lie. So the story around that is changing. Police and Illinois state troopers, Chicago police and Illinois state troopers are assisting ICE and Homeland Security and FBI. So it's like you have these Democratic run cities, Los Angeles, Chicago, DC, and all of the local police departments are complicit with these illegal actions being done on their streets. And it's like, if we ever trusted police, which we definitely did not ever, any credibility that these local police departments may have had in the community is shot, because it's like you guys are accompanying the Gestapo, so that makes you Gestapo, right? So what's the difference?
Yeah, the fact that they sat there and as they did their reports was like, we're not going to 3 gunshots visible through the man's window and landing in the passenger seat. I mean, so what would have happened if he did get shot? What would have been the concocted story then? Then it would have been he had a weapon. Then it would have been he tried to hit a cop with a car. Then it would have been he tried to flee and he turned around quickly with his hands in his pockets or whatever. So they would have been concocting a story, as they do, as they like to do, about the criminality of this person. Then we would have gotten immediately, if he had an arrest record, it would have been released to the public immediately. So we would have had a whole bunch of things which would have justified if they actually shot him. In this case, because they didn't shoot him, they just act like there was a non-story. They decided not to mention it, not to get their brother officer at the federal level in trouble. I'm sure they had to have conversations to make sure that they had the same story as they do. So in New York for a while, and this is true in a lot of other places, there was a 48-hour rule. There were 48 hours before the cop had to be interviewed by Internal Affairs. So that's 48 hours to get your story together, 48 hours to figure out what you're saying, what the next person is saying, 48 hours to try to make up a tale. And you often get in these situations. When I was a practicing attorney, you get the information from the police, and the first thing you start doing is to go through it for discrepancies, because they tell this fantasy tale of either superhero perpetrators who are jumping over tall buildings to avoid them, turning around, throwing cars at them, anything to justify the violence committed against people in our community, whether it's shootings, whether it's beating people up, whether it's illegal arrest. And that's what you have here. You have them basically sitting afterwards, after they arrest him at some place, at some point, deciding that they were not going to report three or four, somebody said four gunshots in the car. And that's how confident they are that maybe this dude would just go away because they're scared. He's scared of us. It's like, that's how confident, because that means it's already happened several times, right? If you're that confident that you're going to get away with that kind of criminality, that means you've done it before, that you've done it before several times, that this is a part of your routine practice. And that most of the time you scare people off because you make them think I'm going to pay a visit to your house, or same thing can happen again. Or you got lucky this time. Let's just forget all about this. It's a wash. So yeah.
This is why I highly discourage so-called Black Democrats or people who consider themselves liberals, and they want to stand up for Brandon Johnson, which is fine, I guess. Well, but Karen Bass in LA, she's trying. The fuck she is. What you mean? She has greenlit her Los Angeles Police Department to accompany ICE to also brutalize protesters, to make sure that ICE doesn't get attacked by blah blah blah. Same with Muriel Bowser. Like, Muriel Bowser is not standing up for the residents of Washington D.C. while people are being terrorized literally in the streets by this surge of federal officers. So it's like, stop looking at Black Democrats as being the stalwart versus the Trump administration and the Trump regime. That is not what's happening. Okay. They might get up there and talk a little game, but at the end of the day, their cops are going along with the program. And truthfully, even if these Black Democrats wanted to stop them, which I'm not convinced they do, but I don't think Karen Bass, Brandon Johnson, they can't stop these officers from sidling up to, the with whoever else is on the thin blue line, right? The blue wall is blah, blah, blah. Like, this is the cops are cops. They're going to side with the federal cops. They're going to side with everybody against the public, against dissenters, against protesters, against migrants, against the so-called enemies of this administration. And the police and these Black Democratic leaderships are not our guardians, and we should not think of them that way.
That's why I was like, where is the statement from the mayor of DC at the very least, right? Like if you can't stop them, what are you doing to let us know that you're not on their side? Where is the statement from the DC mayor saying this is untenable? This cannot happen. This should not happen. This will be investigated right away. Condolences for the near life taken, or sadness for the near life taken by our officers or federal officers working side by side with the local police. Where is that statement? Where's the promise of investigation? Where's the statement of policy, at least to the local police department, to not work directly with federal agents? Something that you, again, may not be able to be fully enforced, but where are you on the line, right? Stop dancing around both of these things that you're for the people. You're not for the people, because exactly, they won't even say anything about this. This should be a major case. A federal agent took out his gun and shot 4 times to attempt to kill somebody through their car. That should be crazy. A major story.
Yo, where is Marion Barry? Like, we need a mayor, somebody. I mean, let me ask you this: as a practicing but never really got in the game attorney back in the day, let me ask you this, Kamal: is are lawyers able to get the footage from like traffic cameras, from the police car? I mean, because all these cameras are out here could show exactly what happened. Are lawyers able to get that?
Over time, it's called through discovery. So you have to make some things you ask for in terms of your discovery request. And then if there's more information out there after they turn over what they're supposed to turn over, then you have to make special discovery or another request for it. But those things take months to get at, right? And again, that's what the police do, is that they'll release their own version of events. The cops will write their own version of events beforehand. Again, if someone has a criminal background, they'll release that kind of information. If somebody got arrested for drugs, that gets released right away. They don't do any, they don't wait. They set the agenda and they set the narrative right away. That's why even in cases where, in Memphis, remember when the brother was killed by the police officers beating him up, right? Even then, they tried to set a narrative up that was like, we're fully investigating this. Action has already been taken. And then when they dropped the videotape of the person getting beat up, they did it like at 3:00 in the morning or 11:00 at night. Wow. To try to make sure that there was no larger community reaction. They had several conversations with the lawyers, Crump included, and the families, to try to make sure that they would come out and say, look, we're on your side and we're working on this. We want the best outcomes. And so the state, the city, they have all these resources and ways in which they influence you to not come out and say they tried to murder They tried to murder our people, or they did, in that case, murder somebody. People should be out in the streets. They should be angry. They should be mad. We should stop this from happening. Instead, they do everything they can to protect the police. Every now and then they may weed out one or two people, but it's all about protecting the police, protecting the officers involved, protecting the federal officers involved, making you think that these are isolated incidents that don't happen on a regular basis. So it's all about protecting that model, that agency of how policing is done in our community. That's what's important to them.
And that's how they control the media. That's why we are asking you to donate and continue to help control your media and what you take in. That's right here on the Remix Morning Show, Black Liberation Media. That is what we are here for. All right, another great show, y'all. I had a good time. Well, let me just let y'all know that y'all can come right back here at 11 o'clock as me and Richard Pryor get busy on the turntables.
What you gonna do with Richard? You gonna do like his jokes? You gonna do like
you gotta come and check it out. Kim, what you got coming up?
Come hang out with me Friday for Burn It Down with Kim Brown, 7 p.m. Eastern time.
All right, sounds good. Come out.
What we got for remix? Not remix. Classical breakdown next week.
Next week is it my turn?
It is. Tina Marie was my brainchild.
Oh, okay.
Is it still up?
I believe it might be. Yeah, I think it is. So
MC Lyte. What about MC Lyte?
It's Ear Doctor's turn.
No, I was suggesting.
Yeah, I heard what you suggested. We'll figure something out. You know what I'm saying? We need to do a classical breakdown with
MC
Kamau.
Oh, that's true. I need to come on.
Like, you know how we did with Jared?
Yeah.
How we did with no, I did that with Jared. How we did with what's the dude's name that ran for president?
Oh,
Cornell West.
Yeah, we gotta do a Prince one, but we got to do that. Have to be a Patreon because they won't let that stand up there.
No, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. Yeah, for those you got to go to Patreon. But yeah, we would like to dig into your musical library over there, come out and see how you became who you are through music.
Musically.
Yeah.
Have you seen this Wu-Tang mix that's been floating around social media?
Wu-Tang mix.
Let me check. Whoa.
The old lady?
No, shut up. Let me get this up. What old lady?
Oh no, they had an AI of an old lady, Asian lady rapping.
Oh wow.
I don't care about all that.
Yo.
Ready?
Is this gonna get us knocked off? Okay.
Nah. Because this is like this ain't a studio, whatever.
All right.
All right, break it down and I start. Check it out. When I begin to wreck a hip-hop tune, the crowd reacts immediately, if not soon. I'm black and proud, I move the crowd, I raise from hell. Yo, my lyrics alone rock the bell of those who say that it's me, they want to scar. That's like George Burns without a cigar. Some come in the game and project the hard image, but they can't never get past the line of scrimmage, because I'm on a defense. With a tough sequence, and you lack the knowledge to understand a pretense. So just from not planning it right, you got sacked by a blitz of rhymes that were broken down to stacks. Yep.
Woo! Come on now.
The genius with ODB on a beat, huh?
That's Kamau in this Wu-Tang, Imagine lineup. Kamau is the Jizza, the genius.
Not right.
No, we've been through this.
We have. I mean, how many times do we have to go through the same conversation? All right. So, come back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. We'll be back with some more Remix Morning Show. And listen, y'all have a great weekend. Come back at 11 and rock with me. Put it on for your lunch mix. All right. This is the Remix Morning Show.
Sorry.
No, thank you, brother. Remix Morning Show, y'all. And we are out of here.
Remix. Remix. remix.